We are live. Should be. Double check everything. Yep, should be live. I have no clue how many people are going to be joining the stream, but that's right. It's a late night Christmas stream. I was supposed to do it earlier today, a couple hours ago, but I don't matter. Let's see, we got 3 people in here. AW, thanks for the like for the stream. I appreciate it. If you guys want to chat it up, chat it up. Come on in, come on in. I know it's late at night. Mostly everybody's asleep. Hey, thank you, McDonald's Burger 123. I appreciate it. Sent 100 for 2 jewels. W. Hey, what's going on, Tube? Yo, what's up, brothers? Hey, how's it going? Hey, you know what? I bet that the UK people are happy. People in the UK and all that. Further ahead, too. Because they're 6-7 hours away. Hi, Major. Hey, how's it going? McDonald's Burger. How's it going? Oh, Dead Rising's in here. I know it's late. How's the weather by you right now? It's all right. I live by the beach in the south, so it's always warm. But no, it's right now it's cold out right now. It's 36 degrees, but it feels like it's 25 because I know it's windy right now. Oh, Botworks finally joined. At least he joined faster this time. And that's just cloudy, cold. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, XNN? So I'm assuming you see the ocean when you look out your window. No, I don't see the ocean. On the left side of where I live, if you go about 2-3 miles or so, you'll see a huge Cape Fear river, massive river, where like the cargo ships and stuff come by, and then 3-4 miles on the other side, there's the ocean and the beach. So I'm not high enough to where I can see the ocean, but I'm not far away. And at nighttime, if you look out in the sky, you'll see you'll see like a light shine past the sky, and that's usually the lighthouse. Bro, what's currently the time at your side? It's 11:09 p.m. 48 degrees here in Florida. Oh man, I'm on the bottom end of North Carolina, so I'm right next to South Carolina, but you know. But nope. So it's a bit warmer where you are. Florida's warm. Hey, what's going on, Aiden? What's going on? All right, so look, it's super late tonight. I was supposed to stream a couple hours earlier, but had stuff that came up. Didn't have time. I'm definitely live streaming more tomorrow, 100%. Yeah, we're chilling. So I did promise that I wasn't gonna live stream today, and it was a bit late, but I was able to do it in time. Hey, what's going on, Cookie Monster? It's cold in here. I'm not turn my heater on. But how's everybody doing so far? I'm honestly impressed that there's 10 people watching right now. Make sure to like the stream, everybody. Oh damn, it's almost midnight there. I just woke up. It's like 9 a.m. here. Oh man. I'm gonna see your cookies real quick. Oh dang. Feel like I'm gonna vomit again. What do I do? I don't know. Try and drink some water or eat something. I don't know. But yeah, everybody who's watching, make sure to like the stream. I appreciate it. Also, do you guys like the snow effect? It's pretty cool though, huh? Kind of adds a little, you know, makes a little festive. For all future streams? Probably not for all future streams. Maybe for like the, December winter season, maybe. Do you have any plans to collab with other creators like Unreal Engine or Call Me RJ? No, not those guys, unfortunately. They're a bit too big for me. And you know, Unreal and Damien, he's a bit too big for me, and his style's different than mine. Same with Call Me RJ. He mainly does manga stuff. So sadly, no, not collabing with no creator. Not big enough yet. If there are any like what if YouTubers who have a smaller channel than mine, then I would 100% collab with them for fun. LOL, nah, man, you're awesome. Richard versus Ultra Vegito. Richard would win. He would one-shot him. Hey, we got 12 people watching the stream. Awesome. Make sure to like the stream, everybody. Let's try and break 10 likes tonight. That'd be crazy if we can do that. We only need 6 more. And there's 12 of you guys watching, so I know y'all can do it. So how is your Christmas month doing so far? I know some of you guys are still going to school and all that, obviously. Are you, is anybody working taking off for the holiday season or anything? Christmas and New Year or school or anything, college or anything like that? Oh, it's your birthday today? Well, happy birthday, File. Happy birthday for you. My birthday's coming up soon too. My birthday's coming up in nearly 10 days. It's coming up on the 19th. So yeah, happy birthday. Oh good, I'm getting my own Xbox controller so I can play on my phone with it. Yes, it's possible. Dang, that's crazy. Phones are getting powerful, man, but they're expensive though. Mine on the 16th, AEW. Dang, there's a lot of people's birthdays near mine. That's crazy. I got mine for free from a data plan. Oh, that's cool. 5 more likes, guys. We got that. Anyone play Red Dead Redemption? Yes, I used to play that, yeah. Major Sprite Cranberry or Mountain Dew? I actually had Sprite Cranberry a couple days ago for the first time. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was alright. Mountain Dew's too... I don't know. That's tough. Peak. What's going on, Panda? Bro, I wanted to ask something. Like, are you only going to make DBZ What If? Or others as well as Naruto? So, here's the thing, though. I've never watched Naruto. Except, like, a little bit of it. It's not my anime. I've never really watched One Piece much. Like, I know some of it. And etc. Or, I've watched a teeny bit of My Hero. But here's the thing, though. If I swap to another anime, it wouldn't work on my channel, unfortunately. Um, until I'm way bigger. But even that point, a lot of what ifs of on other anime is not as popular as Dragon Ball. I've tried swapping over before; it just is not as popular. Dragon Ball is the most popular anime in the world. You can't fight it. Um, and also, I don't really know much of the anime, so if I make a what if, it wouldn't be the quality that you guys would have wanted. So it just wouldn't work. YouTube doesn't like it either. Joshua the Go, thank you. Bloomy, hey Major, what's going on? What are we doing for 35k subs? I don't know, chilling. I thank you guys for the 35k subs, and that's about it. What are your thoughts on the Devil May Cry series? I've never really seen that before, so I don't know. Loving the stream right now, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm honestly surprised as many people's here, and it's late at night. But I guess it's people in different time zones and stuff. Phenomenal video games would recommend. Oh, okay. Alright. Listen, everybody. It's Christmas time. So, what would you ask Santa for Christmas? Like, what do you guys want for Christmas? Present-wise. Like, is there something that y'all want really bad, you know, that Santa Claus will give you? Money? Relatable. Honestly, yeah, like, why doesn't Santa Claus drop money like that? You know? Like, Santa Claus needs to drop, like, a wad of cash. I mean, he's got money. My penny. Listen, cook at Thanksgiving. Tech related stuff like laptops, earbuds, everything techie. All right, chat. If you could have one, all right, look, one thing for Christmas, right? Oh, we don't celebrate Christmas. Well, damn, that sucks. Well, look, like if you could have one thing for Christmas though, like what would it be? Like genuinely, a game, and you can't say money because that Santa Claus doesn't do that. A girlfriend, that might be a bit above Santa Claus's resume for you. That's not going to work, Dead Rising. I'm sorry. The Lily Stream said a PC. Okay, okay. My dad. Yeah, that might be a bit. That might be a bit too high above Santa Claus's schedule. Happiness. Nah, that's too much for Santa Claus. Sorry. No, but like a genuine item, not unless Santa Claus wanted to be your girlfriend. Hey, yo, pause. That's crazy. Nah, but like, what's like a genuine like item, like a video game or a I don't know, skateboard or something. I don't know. Like an object that you can buy, that you can have. A house. Damn. Could I want to have a good PC or PS5 is Sparking Zero? Oh, okay. I would want a gaming setup. So I can get my dad's number. Oh my god. I would want clothes. For real. A hammer? Damn. Oh, another thing too, everybody, as well. That's really cool. Oh, we also broke 10 likes. Awesome. There is 19 people watching, and it's 11:20 at night. What is happening? Hey, make sure to like the stream. There's 19 of you guys watching. That's kind of crazy. Can we get to 20 likes? Is that possible? Let's try and get to 20 likes. Like it. It's just one button. It's right there on your phone. Or on your tablet, or laptop, or desktop, wherever you are. Or even on your TV. Can you like under TV? Oh yeah, you can. You want to know something that's crazy? Everybody that that I saw when I was looking at my analytics, majority of people, and this makes sense. They watch me on their. They watch like number one was on the mobile phone, right? Okay, that makes sense, right? Guess what number two was? Number two for devices where they watch me from is TV. So you're telling me that like, by the way, this is like 20%, I think it was like 15% of my audience watches me on like a smart TV. I probably should do my homework, to be honest. Listen, Lily, I'm gonna give you horrible advice. Look up websites that literally tell you the answer, or just type it in ChatGPT. There you go. Just like tell ChatGPT, hey, I'm doing my homework and I need you to tell me the answer in detail. Watching from a microwave? Damn. I do my homework at 2 a.m. I listen to your videos while at the gym. AW. Oh, damn, it's my presentation today at university. It's easy geometry. Oh, no. Geometry. I don't even know what the hell geometry even is. Was that shapes and stuff? Are you in Arizona? No, I'm not in Arizona. What's good? It's been a minute. Geometry Dash? That's true. Yeah, I remember when Geometry Dash was the biggest mobile game. People were playing that like crazy. What's the next what if? What a next what if saying own forms? I don't know what that. I don't know what you mean. Are you gonna do Christmas related what ifs? Not for the public one. I wish I could, but the public one, sadly, you know, YouTube doesn't like that. It would be hilarious though. But I actually have a couple ideas. Have you ran out of what if ideas yet? No, not yet. The fans have not run out yet. But there was a few Christmas ones for members, which I think would be hilarious. What's everyone's favorite thing you do / did in math? Mine is calculus. Well, in math I cheated. Did I ever tell you that story of how I cheated through high school? That's a bit of like behind the scenes life right there. But yeah. Well, when Dead Rising knows. Dead Rising knows. Alright, I'll briefly tell you the story. Gather around, children. Gather on the fire and listen to my bad life experiences. Nah, so it's super simple. So, when I was in 6th grade, which was in middle school, right? I had something called an IEP. An IEP is for people that have, like, learning disabilities. So, no, I don't have autism like that. It's because I have bad ADHD. So, because of that, right? I was failing in 6th grade. I was really struggling. And my guidance counselor was this young guy. And he told me, blunt to my face, I shouldn't be telling you this, but no matter what grades you have, even if you had all Fs, you will graduate middle school. And majority of high school. I said, how? And he said, well, it's because of your IEP. And you don't have to pass an SOL test. An SOL test is like, y'all know at like the end of like the year of like school, you have to take those like huge tests for like each like main class, like math, English, science, whatever. Yeah. Hold on, wait, let me run through this. 6th grade, would go better grades, went to school? Probably not. I have terrible ADD, so I take pills every morning. Yeah, I've tried pills at ADHD, it didn't work. Chat, who would win, Arthur Morgan or Goku? Goku. I love your work. By any chance, can you translate your videos to Spanish? That would do wonder in the Spanish community. Actually, my recent videos, you can actually translate it to Spanish now. Or you should be able to. I've started doing that. But yes, but I am taking that. Arthur Morgan is Chuck Norris' son. Why can't you do public Christmas related what ifs? The reason why is because YouTube would not like it and the excuse me. And the video would do bad. And most likely do bad. And the algorithm does not like it, which sucks. I wish it was different. back in the older days, like if you go back 5-6 years ago, yes. How did you deal with your ADHD? Got any tips? Honestly, like I still struggle with it today. It's honestly just, and it's hard. You just have to, I don't know, you control it. It doesn't control you. I don't know. You just have to if you don't feel like doing something, like as you guys know, like if I want to like do the dishes, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna go do the dishes, right? You wake up, you never do the dishes. It's a little bit of stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. You just learn to like start knocking it out. You know what I mean? I don't know. On how to not misplace something because it always happens to me. Put it somewhere where you always go to. That's what I do. I put it somewhere where if it's something like important, I always put it where I know it's like, like my phone. I like years ago, I used to lose it a lot. And then, but then now it's right next to me on my desk. No matter where, I always put it there. Have you ever took classes in storytelling? Yours is great. For ADHD, my father just does things when he thinks of it because he knows he won't do it later. That's exactly what I do. Yo, MajorDragon, Merry Christmas. Thank you. But yeah, but for Marco, it says, have you ever took classes in storytelling? Yours is great. No, I've never took classes on storytelling. I've always been really good at reading, which I like when I was in 5th grade, I did a reading thing, and I was reading college books. I was very good at reading, and I was very good at storytelling. Like when I was a kid, I used to make up stories off the top of my head, and I used to just go. And I do this, and I do it to this day. I don't really write a script. I can if I want to. Said hi, Major. Who wins? You or Richard? Richard will win. Have you ever had acne or related problems with the skin? If not, can you tell your method on how to get rid of it? I actually do have a skin condition that my mom has, and she passed on to me. It's when you have like some like acne problems. It's not on my face or anything. And sometimes you'll get these like little like boils and stuff like that, and it does hurt. But as long as you wash yourself properly and things like that, and also another really good thing, you get a lot of sun. That actually helps out a lot. And I haven't, and if I do get those, I just don't bother and I leave it alone. It goes away. Bro, open a medical store, you would do very well. Probably not. I don't even know what to do. But anyway, so back to my story with school, right? So, funny enough, my guidance counselor told me that, right? He told me that no matter what, I would never, fail. Oh, school Chromebooks. Hey, I remember back when school Chromebooks first came on. When we first got school Chromebooks, we were the first county to get it. And we listened to YouTube. We used to play video games on there. Cool math games and all that. But then they kind of changed that. But no, it's serious. It's, my guidance counselor told me that. So, I failed. Well, I still tried, but I failed some classes, but it didn't matter. I graduated. I also didn't need to get any SOLs. SOLs are like the huge tests like you take at the end of the year for like your 4 main classes, like math, history, English, science, stuff like that. Cool math games. It's something that you used to play on your computer. I'm a teacher and I can tell you have talent. Keep going. Thank you. I appreciate it. You like Digimon? No, I do not. Cool math games site a bunch. Yeah, man, the OG sites. Anyway, what if Goku was intelligent as Bulma? I already done that. Bro, don't know what cool math is? That's what I'm saying. Hey, bro, 22 and also 27 people watching. That's insane. Make sure you like the stream. For me, I'm in 10th grade right now. YouTube is unblocked, so is ChatGPT and cool math. Only if you get the guest Wi-Fi. That's cool. What if based on math would break in? Probably. But, yeah, so I went through 6 all the way through 8th grade. And once when I finished that, I graduated, even though my 8th grade teacher said I'm gonna fail in life, but I graduated. And then the difference with high school is, right, I needed to get a certain amount of points to graduate. So as long as I passed my 4 main classes, or 2 of my like half classes, like I don't know what it was, like gym, PE, and all that, then I'm fine. Now, luckily, gym and stuff I was really good at because I, did strongman stuff. I did weightlifting and all that. I was really in shape, and I killed in that. And that's easy grade. And then in ninth grade, in math class, I had to pass my math class. I was 1 point below failing. And my math teacher on one of the last days of school, he said, just write your name down and answer this question. It was like 1 + 1. So I put equals 2 and I signed my name and said, thank you. And then I graduated ninth grade. And then I did 10th grade. 10th grade was actually pretty chill. I had fun in 10th grade. I was zipping through my classes in 10th grade. And then we'll see. And then I got, in some trouble-ish stuff. And then I got kicked out of school. Well, that's also when the sickness came out in that era. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's when the sickness came out at that time too. Well, near there. So I had to leave, and I did online school with my teacher, Miss Collins. She was just the nicest lady ever. She gave me the answer to all my stuff. So long story short, I just got all the answers, and in 12th grade, I was just chilling at home, and guess what? I paid my buddy Sebastian, who's a buddy of mine, $20 in Robux, and he did all my schoolwork in a week, and I graduated like 4 months early. So, yeah, pretty much ever since like 9th grade, even like 10th grade, I just cheated through school. Like ever since 10th grade, I didn't go back to school, like public school. I was doing school online, knocking it out. Miss Holland, her name was Mrs. Collins with like a C. But anyway, I'm actually getting paid to do my friend's homework for $50. Hey, yo, that's W right there. No, it's not that I'm lucky. Listen, how much lore do you drop in these lives? I don't know, sometimes. But, nah, listen, focus in school, stay in school all the way. I can drop more lore if you guys want. What's the most absurd teacher's last names you heard? Oh, there's one teacher. I don't think I can say the name though. I can't say it because it's an inappropriate word. Screw it. We're on live anyway, right? Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. My YouTube channel is made not for kids. Well, all right. There was a teacher. Oh yeah, that's right. I can spell it out. There was a teacher. He was the substitute principal, right? Or like the sub principal. His name was Mr. Glass, COKC. Mr. Glasscock was his name. And everybody would make fun of him for it. That was in high school, by the way. That was probably the craziest name ever. Yep. What if Gohan took the credit after the Cell Games? Top tier last name? God, I guarantee he got bullied in school. That's sad. But yeah, I can drop even more lore. I mean, if you guys want to know more about me, I have a lot of lore from when I graduated school. I can tell you guys what happened when I, you know. What's the most fear you felt ever, not counting personal? What do you mean? What if Naruto, I got a teacher named Mr. He probably dominated his bully behind the... That's crazy. Oh, on the most fear I felt in school? I didn't really have fear in school, to be honest. There was... Do you do Naruto What If? No, I do not. There was one kid. Alright, gather around, children. There was one kid when I was out of school. So mind you, I went into 11th grade for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I left because I didn't want to go back to public school because it was too dangerous for me because of the charges that I had. But anyway, that's not the point. Oh, long story short, I got charged for defending my little brother. My little brother was being attacked by somebody, and he was harassing him, my little big brother, and I defended. You know, I beat the guy up pretty bad. But then the family wanted to get me in trouble. Now, end of story is it was a misdemeanor charge, so I'm okay. I wasn't in trouble because they know that because I did the right thing. But yeah, but when you're in when you're in Virginia, you're not allowed to defend your family or yourself if someone's attacking you, apparently, without you getting in trouble. So, but I'm okay though. I don't really have any charges, so I'm fine. But the school heard about it and they thought I was a threat for no reason. And then they kicked me out. But then they brought me back because they realized that they messed up. Because I'm not a threat to nobody. And then I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna just do what you offer me. I'm gonna just go to online school. And have a teacher give me all the answers. So, but anyway. When I was in 11th grade, right? This is a wild story. There was apparently there was a student who, no, I wasn't here when it happened, but apparently there was a student. How old am I? I'm 22, but I'll be 23. There was a student who, I gotta say it right because we're on YouTube. He made a threat. Like he went to school with an item that he should not have brought. You know, something that goes bang. Now there was luckily there was no ammo. It was he right? No. I was not a part of. I wasn't even there at school. It was just a random student. 20 like complete AEW. And there was a student there and he made threats, right? Well, anyway, he was kicked out of school. They brought him back next year, right? And I was in art class and he was there. He was next to my table. And these kids were making fun of him. They were making fun of him. And this guy, I swear to God, without missing a beat, he looked at him and he said this: "You keep on joking, I'm going to come back and do it again properly this time." I said, oh, nah, never mind. No. And I told him, I said, "Hey, man, are you gonna, you know, like, are we cool?" You know what I mean? Like, is it, like, you know, like, is it cool? You know, like, are we cool? Like, are you not gonna, you know, shoot me? And bro looked at me and said, "Just don't show up tomorrow." And I said, "Oh, well, no, never mind. I'm not gonna show tomorrow." But no, I wasn't bullying somebody. I was not. I defended him. I was on his side. I didn't actually know that he was actually the guy who threatened before. I didn't know. But yeah, some people were making fun of him, and he said that, and some two other students were saying it to him. They're making fun of him, and I told him off, and then he said that, and I said, "Hey, man, like, are we cool?" Because, you know, but yeah, he was cool with me because I defended him because they were making jokes about it. I didn't even know. Yeah, I don't know. My fanfic material probably is. But I only stayed in school for like 2-3 weeks and then I left. But yeah, I didn't actually know that that was the student. I thought he was saying about something else, like he was gonna beat him up. Nope. I told my friend about it. My friend's like, "Dude, that's the guy." I said, "Oh." What's your most embarrassing moment ever? My most embarrassing moment of my life, and this is some real talk. Most embarrassing moment of my life is when I moved out, and I was 18 years old, right? Now my parents, they're well off, but they love me, and they paid for my rent for 2 months, but the problem was, we were just getting, we were just getting off the end of the sickness era, so no jobs were hiring me. And the city that I live in, it's a huge college, so a lot of college students, it was seasonal, so they were hiring them because it's cheaper than paying full year, right? I literally could not find a job. And I don't drive, so I walked for miles though. I went everywhere. Went to a job, went there, and you know, didn't work. Um and it was like that. Let's see. It was in July. Let's see. So it's July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So ever since literally January, for 6 months, I did not have a job. I tried every day, even with McDonald's, but they didn't hire me. They didn't hire me, because they were hiring the college students. So that was the problem. And I tried doing like an online job or something like that, but I was really struggling because my ADHD was not helping. But the most embarrassing thing was during that time, I was asking my parents for help, and my parents were paying me money every single month. They paid all my rent, whatever I needed, they paid for it. And they can easily do that because they're very well off because they work very hard. But you know how embarrassing that is? That is the most embarrassing thing ever, because I don't want to live, and I felt like I disappointed my parents, you know. So for those 6, oh god, I already said it. But for those 6+ months, I literally was stuck, broke, like other than them, having, like paying me rent every single month, I didn't have no money. And I was trying to get a job. My life was depressed. It sucked. And then I got a job working at KFC. Now this is back, 3-4 years ago. I got a job at KFC, and this was in 2021. I got a job or was it 2021? Yes, it was 2021, 2022. I can't remember. And I got a job because life kind of blurs away. I got a job at KFC, and it was okay. It was either like really old people or like people that are like half my age. Well, I say half my age. I was like 19. No, I was like 20 something. And they were, mind you, they were like 14, 15 years old, and they were just annoying. But I was the fry cook, so I cooked in the back, and I minded my business. One guy threatened to smack me for no reason, so me and him walked in the freezer, and we had a little conversation. There's no cameras in there. I walked out, and about 10 minutes later, he walked out. But other than that, it was cool. But imagine this, though. I had to pay $1,000+, and I was still living off my parents because I was only making $800 a month off of the KFC because they only had me for like 25, 30 hours, which was horrible, But yeah, those were humbling times, though, Like I couldn't afford food. I was able to afford my cat food, and I was just able to pay my rent. But I only had about $20. No, like 30, 40 bucks. And a month. Now, I ate at the KFC. Because they understood, and they didn't care. And at nighttime, I would come home with stuff. Now, I was able to get cat food and litter stuff. But yeah, it was so bad that I couldn't even afford soap to like wash myself in the shower. I actually stole. I won't say stole, but like they allowed me to like take literally like a hand washing soap from KFC in like the bags. And yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. But I did that job now, mind you, at the same time, I've been with my girlfriend for 12 years. Like, we've been happy, and I've known her, and I've known her for for 12 years. And you have a cat? Yes, I do. But we weren't together at the time because she was long distance and it wouldn't work. So I had no friends. My family disowned me except my parents. And yeah, it was hard. And I did that for about I did that for about 2 to 3 months until I quit my KFC job and I had enough. Because I was going to kill this guy because this guy was, oh God. They were making fun of me, you know, making fun of me being poor and blah blah, which makes no sense. Like, oh, I'm a manager at KFC. Wow. Hats off to you, brother. But no, I clocked out and left. I said I'd rather be homeless than deal with that. No one looks down on me. But I controlled myself. I clocked out and I left. And then the next day, a hotel hired me. Now, this job I actually liked. This job was like a love-hate relationship. So I worked at a Quality Inn hotel, and I was the front desk. And it was cool, you know. I did the morning shifts to get trained. And you know, it took a little bit of time, but I was able to adapt, you know, and I was really good. Like, a lot of people remembered me because we get like recurring customers, and the managers were mad at me for being so talkative to them. But like, I was checking them in super fast. But the customers liked that though, and they actually defended me multiple times. But yeah, but this was the time as well. Brother, I have a genuine question. Why children get separated from the parents in Europe and America? So like I was forced to be separated and adopted. My reasoning is because it usually depends on if the child is not in a safe environment and the parent cannot take care of the child, or it's in an abusive household. It's very common. Sadly, in America, a lot of children are abused, not treated the way they should be, or some parents just physically do not have the living conditions possible. You know, like my dad was locked up in jail, so he couldn't do nothing. My mom was only 15 when she had me. You know, she wasn't ready. So, you know, I had to make a choice. So that put me off for adoption. And in turn, I had a great family and I'm very happy. What if do you hate the most? I don't really hate any, like, what if that I did. I don't really hate any of them. I've enjoyed making all of them. And I'm not going to talk about any what ifs that I don't like from the creators, because that's not fair to talk about bad about other creators. There are some styles that I don't think make a lot of sense, but that's not my decision, you know. And I respect their channels no matter what. So anyway, so yeah, I worked at KFC and then I left. Now, by the way, at this time in February, when I started working at a KFC. Oh, okay. If you had to get rid of one, what should you pick? If I had to get rid of what ifs, like a genre, I would get rid of the AI ones. I feel like AI, and it's not just Dragon Ball, Naruto, even Star Wars stuff. Like, all that stuff is horrible. Face Reveal, I've already done Face Reveal before multiple times. Yeah, those AI is just lazy. I just think I think it's ruining what ifs, but who knows? But people pick it out. Like, they pick out the fake stuff, and but anyway, yeah. Then I worked at KFC during the time. That's when I started YouTube. I started YouTube, and you know, once when I started YouTube, within 3 months time. Now, YouTube was interesting though. You know, because when I sorry, I moved my microphone a little bit. Yeah, like when I started YouTube, I didn't know how to schedule myself. I didn't know how to do anything like that. That's when I started working at KFC, and I burnt myself out, and I stopped doing YouTube for over a month, right? So I burnt myself out. I stopped doing YouTube for over a month, but I broke 100 subscribers, and people were begging me to come back. That's the decision I ever made listening to you guys. Because when I came back, I saw a lot of people were doing the Locked and Betrayed series, and I decided, hey, why don't I do that? Not the Hyperblock Time Chain. What about Lisa's Staff? It's the same concept. Lisa's Staff does the same effect. And I did that, and my channel blew up. And I got partnered within 3 months of starting YouTube. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, it was great. You know, and in turn, you know, I got my first YouTube paycheck. I'll never forget it. $50. Hey, but I was happy. That was a lot of money to me. And then my next paycheck was when the video started blowing up, and I made, you know, I think it was $200, then $500, and then obviously, and then it went up to like, I think it went up to like $900, which was nuts. And then it went down to like $100 something, $200 for like the rest of the year. But that was amazing though. Taxes took it all, but it was cool. And then I continuously grinded on YouTube, and I worked at the hotel. And then I would say about 2 years later, now this is about a year and a half from now, before, I made less videos, but I made them longer. So there's less parts, but they're longer. And I let the fans decide which video idea to pick and which one voted. And ever since I did that, everything skyrocketed and got better. And I was making more on YouTube than I was my main job full time. And I started dropping days at the hotel, putting more time into YouTube. And then about a year and a half ago, in 2024, in July, I left. I walked up to my manager. I said, "Thanks for the opportunity. I'm dipping." I was like 2 years in my job. I said, "I'm leaving." And he knew. They all knew that I did YouTube, and they knew that I was making really good money. And I told him, and he said, "Well, I thought it was sooner." I said, "Well, I wanted to wait for a couple of months until, until it, was stable," and it was. And now I'm making, I made a good amount last year and I'm making a lot more this. I'm so blessed. And it's all thanks to you guys. You guys watching me, supporting me, and, caring for me is the reason why I'm able to do this full time and love it. I love it so much. Anyway, let me catch up with these comments. So yeah, that's how the YouTube journey went. And we're still going. We're still growing. I'm gonna take a shower, BRB. Okay. That's the thing. There's a channel called Quietly. He covers so many interesting ideas, but use AI. Oh, okay. As long as YouTube works for you, you should be happy. And I am. I'm so blessed. You guys are so amazing. Major, what would happen if you released all your current member-only or subscription-only videos public? Well, it'd be bad. I would have to, re-release them. So, look. YouTube algorithm, right? Even though it's not tied to so if I made them public, YouTube still thinks that, oh, wait a minute, this video has been out for 3 months and it only has 100 views on it, right? Because that's for members. That's not good. It's not going to push that. It's actually going to hurt my channel if I make it public. So that's why member videos, they're not monetized and they're set for members only. That's why. And it would also, so it'll also be unfair to the members because, that's what they pay for. They pay their hard-earned money to watch content, especially for them. So if I just release it, what's the point of them paying for it? You know what I mean? Members will just be like, well, why don't I just wait until he releases that? So then that'd be bad for me. The only way it would work is if I repost the video again, but that would it just wouldn't be good. So sadly, no. Does YouTube pay depend on the country? Yes. So every country is different, with its taxes and, fees and things like that. I don't know what other countries are like because I'm in America. But like this. So, but in general, Google and YouTube are global. But globally, you only get around 1/3 of what you earn on YouTube. Like if you earn $10,000, you're probably only gonna get, or let's like $3,000 USD. You're only gonna get around 1,000. But that's because YouTube takes a share and Google takes a share. That's how much you make on ad revenue. But that's just how it goes. That's just how it is. Luckily, I make enough to where I'm very comfortable. And then you also have taxes that Americans have to pay every year for income. Yeah, because it seems the good ones are locked behind the paywall, like What If Goku Was an Android, or The Last Saiyan Son Goku. Do you plan on doing anything with viewers in the Discord or nah? If you have, I've been busy at it, I didn't see it. Well, I've been thinking about, you know, some like cool like Christmas stuff for members in the Discord. Just like people in the Discord, like a gaming night, like a hangout night or something like that. Like play like Gartic Phone or something. Like something fun. That'd be cool. How long does one series take to make between thinking of the idea and constructing the story, then uploading and editing, if you need to do that? Okay, so it takes me a couple hours. It takes me a couple hours, because usually, like, if I see an idea, right, like the recent one for like members, what if Frieza killed Goku, right? I saw that idea. And I'm like, you know what? That's super cool. And so I don't write down a script. I just press record and then I go. And 30 minutes or, 10, 15, 30, 40, an hour later, I'm done. I go to my editing software. Mind you, I have all my stuff saved. My outro, my intro, my effects, my music, my background. All that is saved. All I got to do is just replace the audio, stretch all my effects and everything to to fit how long the video is, and then I just have renders that are already on the video that are saved. So like, let's say I have 30 pictures of Goku that I'm going to be using anyway. I just save those, and then I just select some other ones, and then there you go. I can probably edit within 10. It honestly depends, like if it's because like before I used to add a lot of like GIFs and stuff like that, which was awesome, but YouTube was acting weird with it. Like sometimes it like calls it out, like, hey, you can't have that, it's Dragon Ball. But then sometimes they didn't, and it was just a stress, and I'm like, you know what, it's better just to do right. It's safer that way. So yeah, but now if it's just like renders, it honestly only takes me about, because I've gotten good at it. It takes me, no joke, if I'm locked in, probably it takes me about 30 minutes to voice record an average video. It takes me about 30 minutes to edit the video, or less. It takes about 20 minutes, no, like 10 minutes to render, because my PC is super fast. And then it takes about 10 minutes to render, then about another 10-20 minutes to, so yeah, it probably takes me about, let's say, like 2 hours to fully do a video in a day. Hey, Marco with the 1000 CLP. What is that? What currency CLP? I've never seen that before. CLP. Oh, that's Chilean pesos. Okay. Well, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you. That's $1 US. Hey, shoot, I'll take that. Yep, so thank you so much for the $1.09 donation. I really do appreciate it. That's amazing. Is Marco, is that is that a lot of like money in your currency? Just changed my name from Hunter to JRO. Oh, okay. What if Bardock killed Frieza by defeating Dodoria and getting a Super Zenkai to make his power level 15 and 20,000? 20,000, and he goes Super Saiyan and Frieza wastes no time. Okay, so his power level was not 15,000. Oh, no, 20,000. Oh, okay, because Bardock's power level was actually, it was actually around 10,000, and then the Zen, and he didn't really get a full-on Zen, but his power level was able to go up to 10,000. Excuse me. His power level was, I think his power level was like 7 or 8,000 before. Not at all, but I'm just a teacher. That's all I can do for a while. And Chile teachers are very little. Well, thank you so much. You know, like, you don't have to donate any money. I really do appreciate you doing that. You know, save it for yourself and for your family, though. But thank you so much. Oh, I see. Okay, so realistically, though, like, if Bardock got beaten severely and he got a huge Zenkai buff from Dodoria, and he was somehow able to heal, his power level will probably jump pretty significantly, probably past 20,000. The reason why is because back then Zenkais surpassed the opponent. Vegeta was stronger than Kaioken times 3 Goku. Bardock would be over 22,000, maybe even higher, because I think Dodoria was 21 to 23,000. Vegeta was like 24, 25. Zarbon was around 23. In his transform state, he's 27 to 28. So, yeah. And if Bardock was fully energized and Frieza threw the supernova attack at him and he turned Super Saiyan, let's say his power level is 22. His power level will be 1.1 million. Yeah, he would most likely shove the supernova back with his own attack, his right javelin, and it would incinerate Frieza. Before Frieza could transform in time, Bardock probably kill him. So, most likely. And also, too, even if you wanted to say that the supernova was cleared and, Frieza was, and Bardock starts attacking Frieza, he wouldn't give Frieza time to transform. He honestly wouldn't. He would not give Frieza time to transform. You also have to think, too, and if you want to see that Frieza was able to transform into his second state, Frieza's power level is stated to be 1 million, or over a little bit over 1 million. Bardock's power level would be 1.1 million, and on top of that, he's battle hardened. Frieza hasn't fought in ages, and he's not really, and also Bardock has a rage boost. His Saiyan spirit theoretically would boost his power even higher. Bardock could even double his strength, because that's happened before. So Bardock, Saiyan rage is real. Bardock's power would be doubled. He'd probably be nearly 2 million. And yeah, my 25 YouTube flashback says to make up 2% of your views. Hey, that's what's up. Bardock slaps. Yeah. Bardock would, most likely, he would not allow Frieza to transform. He would stop him before Frieza could. And even if Frieza did, it would be tougher for Bardock, but I don't think Bardock would hold back. He would beat him up like how he beat up Shield. But I just know this what if when we chose by your fellow watchers, like the once I time was potential, what is like, what are you guys even smoking? Well, the Bardock Super Saiyan one I've done before, that was the first what if I ever did. So if you want to actually go check it out, you can go back and go check it out. Major, what is my favorite Dragon Ball arc? Oh, definitely the arc itself, the Frieza arc for sure. Frieza arc is peak. The Frieza arc's the best arc. From the Saiyan Saga to the Frieza arc, that is the best. You can't match it. The fighting, the story, the tension, the villains, can't beat. Nah, Cell was stupid. I'm sorry. I love Cell as a villain, but the Cell arc was stupid. They had a lot of plot holes, and it was a lot of stupid decisions. The only people who were locked in that entire show was Piccolo and Trunks. Everyone else was an idiot. Vegeta was an idiot. He caused Cell to absorb 18 and become Perfect Cell and nearly kill everybody. Krillin literally crippled for Robo Pussy, and he allowed 18 to be alive. He didn't deactivate her ages ago. Gohan was cocky and arrogant, even with Super Saiyan 2. He flopped, and Cell nearly killed everybody, nearly killed Trunks, and he also killed Goku. Goku's even dumber. Not only did he leave the hyperbolic time chamber early, even though he saw Goku's power, and not to mention too, he also gave Cell a sensu bean. Man. But hey, at least he got that. Yeah, after nearly losing it all. Krillin could have gotten any girl. Like I don't understand that the Android 18 lovers. You know what I mean? Like she's good looking, yes. I'm not gonna say she's not good looking, but there's a lot more prettier girls out there on the world that Krillin could have easily pulled. He is literally the most powerful human on the planet, other than Tien. Like, bro, who else? He could become so famous if he wanted to. He could have been the most powerful fighter in the world, because Tien's not like that. Krillin could become he could become the next Mr. Satan and get any woman he wanted. Flopped that. When does this cloaked figure villain first appear? I've been watching like all your movies from start and haven't found him yet. Well, if you watch the finale, the cloaked figure was there, and the series before he was there, and the series before he was there. What if Goku never came back to life after the Cell arc? Ooh. Krillin got Riz for real? No, he's just stupid. If Krillin did not pull 18, no, that was for nothing. Why did Krillin waste so much time yapping when he could have just had enough time to teleport back from King Kai at the end of the Cell games? A Cell Saga. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why? He could have just teleported instantly right back and been fine. But nope. Nope, had to be stupid. And then he decides to stay dead and like, nah, Gohan has it. No, he doesn't. Gohan flopped. If it wasn't for Goku, Gohan would have lost. And Gohan, and by the way, Gohan, oh god, I love and hate Gohan. Gohan literally learned nothing from the Cell Saga. And not to mention too, Gohan, remember, it was his own weakness and stuff that his father died, and everyone nearly died. And what does Gohan do to compensate for that? Oh, just become a nerdy and get rusty. Like, dang, I guess your dad didn't really die for nothing, didn't he? The whole reason why he sacrificed himself is just Gohan's the next generational fighter. Apparently not. It was so stupid. So it made no sense for them to weaken Go. But I know why they did. Akira Toriyama had no choice. The writers made him had to weaken Gohan. Well, because Akira Toriyama wanted Gohan to be the next fighter, but the Goku's more popular. The writers, the publishers wanted Goku to be the main character. So Akira Toriyama had to kind of throw away that bag. Because his whole plan was to replace Goku. Man, this sucks. But it is what it is. At least Gohan has his... at least Gohan's shown some love again. Great Saiyaman Saga was peak though, not gonna lie. Yeah, it was cool. In the stream here in a little bit because it's midnight. I also gotta go take a shower and stuff, and then probably go hit the hay. But I'll probably go live later on today though, guys, because it's the 9th for me now. So I'll probably go live later on. A couple hours earlier than now for sure. Buenas noches. So, well, again, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. So. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a Merry Christmas. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.